So if you caught my last video, we were talking about you've got to drive your own car, meaning you've got to drive your own content and relationships when it comes to marketing and growing your business online. Well, I understand that that's a great idea, but it might seem like it's easier said than done. You're pulled in a million different directions. You already don't know how to fit this stuff in. How do you really get started? So I want to take things a little further. I want to drive perhaps further down the road. And instead of just driving your own car, I want to talk about I care. That C and that R are still in there, content and relationships, but we're adding an I. We're adding identity. So let's start at the end, because I think that's actually the place that's easiest for you. Relationships. You do it all the time. You do it in person, you do it online. You really unconsciously, you are building circles of support and you're building circles of trust because that's who you are. You're a passionate entrepreneur, you're creative, you're a holistic practitioner. Being in relationship is part of the real definition of who you are and what you do. So how do you take that one step deeper? How do you make those relationships really work for you? And I don't mean in some sort of manipulative, creepy way. I really mean in the sense that how do you get all that time you spend putting into other people and really getting to know them? How do you make that grow your business so that you can help even more people? That gets us over to content. And that is a way that you can really start new relationships and you can sustain new relationships. Because certainly one way to build relationships online is to go out of your way to engage with other people's posts. Well, this is sort of a form of reciprocity. You know, in addition to meeting people where they are and what they want to talk about, you want to introduce new topics of conversation and invite new people to get to know you. But there's that but, right? You've heard about this whole content marketing thing. You've heard about how, create epic content. And that's a nice idea. And it sort of makes your stomach churn because you're already way overextended. You've got a business to run. You've got a family. If you're like me, you've got a baby in your arms. How do you really make it happen? And so that brings us to the I. And now I need to give credit where credit is due. All of the words in my new little acronym, identity, content, and relationships, definitely come from David Amerlin's Semantic Search book. And for him, identity is talking about the way in which the internet is becoming more trustworthy as Google creates things like Google Plus, where we have to use our own names, and creates authority. Google authorship, which has our pictures next to the content we create on the web. This is all part of a master plan to make the web itself more real world and less Wild West. So that's one way to look at it. Very valuable and very important. Oh no. What's your identity, baby girl? The other way to look at it is in the sense that it's your identity, who you are, and what you offer and who you're offering it to, that really can help to sustain your content and your relationships. And it goes in two ways. I'll be right back. So as I was saying, identity actually works in two ways. Your identity will inform your content that you create and the relationships that you build because you know who you are and you know what you have to offer and you know who you want to talk to. And in the same way, creating content and building relationships will really firm up who you are for yourself. It'll really make your identity clear to you in case you've had any lack of clarity, because goodness knows, we all talk about that being the vital first step of building a business. We all know that we learn a lot in the trenches as we're building and as we're creating. And also, your identity gets created in the process for the public as you put more out there and as you get to know more people who really help reflect who you are. Oh. So essentially, let's get to this. I care is about sharing who you are. It's about sharing the information that you've got that is going to bring people deeper into your world. And it's about really building those relationships with other people. So I encourage you to go out there and show how much you care. I encourage you to go deeper into who you are and what you have to offer. And I am really excited to continue to drive down this road with you.